Good evening, everyone. All right, now that sounds like a room full of fighters, and we are here, okay? Before I get started, and I won't be before you long, I just want to say thank you to the team at Oceantic for bringing us here again at our Super Bowl, which is IPF, and we are here on our home field of New York City, ground zero for our industry. So before we move forward, give them all a big round of applause. That's Liz, that's Sam, that's Marianne, that's Sporkin, to Kevin, and everybody in that scene for sharing this moment of dust. I'm honored to be here. A moment ago, I believe it was Christina, and took a note, Christina said that we have to share our glory. So I'm going to carry that mantle into this 5-minute rant that I'm going to give you guys and hopefully charge you up. Before I do that, I also want to thank my team at Global Content and our partners at Promatech who are joining us at IPF for the first time. They're waving their hands right there, waving a little higher, Carrie and Leslie, okay? Make sure you stop and see them in the exhibit hall before you go. I promise you, it'll be worth it. So, my personal story. My first IPF was back in 2022 in Atlantic City, New Jersey, which is my home state. I know we're in New York, but shout out to Jersey. Okay? Yeah, there you go. That conference opened the door to Offshore wing for me. It changed my life. It stepped my path, sharpened my focus, and showed me what this industry could mean, not just for projects, but for people. And that's on you. I came into this work after more than a decade in construction and logistics management, so I get the work that we do. But the need to communicate, like Christina said, is evident, and we need to do that well. I've been on the ground where plans meet reality, where timelines get tight, and where communities are watching and asking one simple question: will this benefit us too? And what we've heard today makes one thing clear: infrastructure policy is advancing, expectations are rising, and accountability, transparency, and public trust are no longer side conversations. They are central to whether projects succeed. The federal discussions remind us that permanent legal exposure and public approval now directly shape the outcomes that we're looking for. That's the moment that we're in right now. And it's exactly why local content matters right now. Local content is no longer aspirational. It's no longer extra work. It's not something you circle back to after the project is already moving. Local content is how the benefits of offshore wind, maritime, ports, transmission, and data centers become real. Real for small business, real for workers, real for communities, and real for the governments that support this work. Because when those benefits are visible, when they're meaningful, something changes. Communities lean in, stakeholders become partners, support begins to grow, and the engagement does something powerful. It builds a public confidence. It helps advance approvals. It reduces opposition before it ever takes root. Because local content doesn't live in theory, it shapes permitting outcomes. It influences public and political support. It impacts access to incentives and funding, and it strengthens the long-term durability of the projects. The projects that move forward, the ones that last, are the ones that can demonstrate real, local, economic value and impact. That's where we come in. Localcontent.com exists to help turn commitments into proof. We verify local supplier participation. We track workforce engagement and job creation. We document community benefit investments, and the verification strengthens your proposals, your RFPs, your contracts, your grants, and your path
to approvals. We partner with you before award, helping strengthen and endorse local content commitments, and afterwards, we stay alongside you
as your verification and deployment partner, helping maintain compliance, protect approvals, and safeguard opportunity. Because in this moment, it's not enough to say you're committed. You have to show it, you have to measure it, you have to prove it. We turn commitments into verifiable, defensible data that you can put in the spreadsheet, engineers, so your projects can move forward with confidence and credibility. So as you head to the exhibit hall, I want to leave you with a simple, very simple challenge. Ask how local content is being measured. Ask how commitments are being verified, not just communicated. And I invite you, we invite you from Local Content to take our free local content readiness score at localcontent.com, find it there. It's an opportunity to understand your company's risk, your competitiveness, and the level of trust you're building in the market. If local content is part of your strategy or part of your risk profile, we welcome the conversation. And before I close, I want to thank today's other speakers, other panelists, and the organizers of this event for communicating what it is that we do and why it's important for the community and the country moving forward.